afternoon to you. Welcome to Baina Midday News, coming to you live from Atomic Junction, Benab House, Medina. My name is Sherifatu Ayuba. Coming up in the headlines, time to declare our own version of what happened in Kenya, says Ablakwa. Peace Council endorses EC's adoption of the Ghana card for voter registration. We'll work together to address your concerns. Okoboy assures Komfanochi Teaching Hospital. Details of the stories comes up shortly. Thank you for staying with us. Log on to our website www.bainamultimedia.com for more news. And this news is also streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Baina TV. Moving on to our first story. North Tongue MP Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa is calling for a mass demonstration akin to the recent protest in Kenya, opposing the sale of 4 SSNIT hotels to Rock City, a company owned by the Minister of Food and Agriculture, Brian Echampong. In Kenya, widespread youth protests recently compelled the government to withdraw a finance bill that included continuous tax increases. The demonstration escalated dramatically, culminating in the burning of cars and a portion of Parliament on Tuesday, June 25th, 2024.
Several protesters were killed supposedly by the police, with many others wounded. The Kenya President William Ruto, who had vowed to crack down on the protesters, subsequently made a U-turn and withdrew the tax plan. Referencing these events in a social media post on Wednesday, June 26th, Mr. Ablakwa criticized President Akufo-Addo for not halting the sale of SSNIT hotels, despite meeting with organized labor earlier in the week. Despite a demonstration dubbed "Hands Off Our Hotels" against the sale, the president has maintained his stance. Mr. Ablakwa further accused Akufo-Addo's appointed Senate board chair, Elizabeth Ohene, of justifying the deal despite widespread opposition from Ghanaians and protesters from labor representatives of the board. He asserted that President Akufo-Addo is the chief architect behind the controversial deal and declared that it's time for Ghanaians to launch their own version of Kenya's recent protests. Mr. Ablakwa urged Ghanaians to stay tuned for a major announcement soon regarding plans for a significant demonstration.
The General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Fifi Kwete, has urged Ghanaians to hold the new Patriotic Party government accountable for their economic mismanagement by voting them out of office in the 2024 general elections. He emphasized that government officials found guilty of corruption must be prosecuted to serve as a deterrent to future governments, including NDC.
Fifi Kwete underscored the need for Ghanaians to build a consensus and rally behind the NDC to vote out the MPP from office. During an interview with the media in Accra, the General Secretary of the NDC commended the patriotism displayed by some members of the NPP who have come forward to provide valuable information to the MP for North Tongue, Okudzeto Ablakwa, exposing the scandals involving high-ranking government officials. He expressed gratitude for their courage and commitment to transparency, acknowledging that their efforts have contributed significantly to holding the government accountable for its actions. He said, "It is unfortunate that the level of patriotism is low for those in the ruling NPP. This, according to him, is the reason why the NPP needs to lose the 2024 elections. He therefore called on Ghanaians to unite and make sure the NPP is punished at the polls and its officials subsequently prosecuted to set an example to every NDC in the future."
Away from that, the National Peace Council has backed the Electoral Commission's decision to adopt the Ghana card as the primary document for voter registration in future elections. This endorsement comes after initial concerns and debates over the feasibility of using the Ghana card exclusively for registration, considering challenges in its issuance by the National Identification Authority.
Initially, the EC's using only the Ghana card for voter registration, a move that sparked criticism from various stakeholders due to accessibility issues surrounding the Ghana card. Many raised concern about the potential disenfranchisement of voters who may not possess the card or face difficulties obtaining it from the NIA. Following a closed-door meeting with the Electoral Commission to discuss electoral preparation, Dr. Ernest Edu Gyamfi, chairman of the National Peace Council, expressed support for the EC stance. He highlighted the flaws in the current generator system, which has been criticized for compromising the integrity of the electoral process, thereby endorsing the adoption of the Ghana card as a more robust alternative. Dr. Gyamfi emphasized the importance of ensuring a credible electoral process that enhances public trust and minimizes opportunity for electoral malpractices. He underscored that using the Ghana card could streamline voter registration procedures, potentially reducing instances of irregularities associated with the generator system.
Dr. Bernard Okoboy, the Minister of Health, has assured staff of the Komfo Anokye Teaching Hospital that the government will ensure their concerns are addressed. He made the comments during a tour of health facilities in the Ashanti region. During the visit, Prof. Ochre Adey-Mensah, the Chief Executive Officer of CATH, highlighted some of the challenges the facility is facing. This included congestion and a lack of adequate equipment. In response, the minister acknowledged the issues raised and assured that he would collaborate with the management to address these concerns. He said there is a lot of work to be done in order to operationalize some of the facilities in order to significantly help in decongesting the facility. In addition, Dr. Boy took the opportunity to inspect the ongoing work at the Komfo Anokye Maternity and Children's Block, which has a capacity of 506 beds. In some international stories, Civil Societies Association and leaders of Malian society in Bamako lauded war crime conviction of Islamist police Chief Al-Hassan A.G. Abdulaziz A.G. Mohammed A.G. Mahmoud by the International Criminal Court in The Hague on Wednesday. Al-Hassan faces up to life imprisonment when a sentence is handed down at a later date.
International Criminal Court on Wednesday convicted an Al-Qaeda extremist leader of war crimes and crimes against humanity in Mali, notably for abusing prisoners as the de facto chief of the Islamic police in the historic desert city of Timbuktu. After an hours of reading of the convict by the judge, Al-Hassan Abdulaziz, the former commissioner of the Islamic police, was found guilty of war crimes and crimes against humanity. The decision came as a real relief for women's organizations, even if no sentence has yet been pronounced against him, pending the reaction of his lawyers. Haidara Jeniba, a leader of a women's organization in Mali, remains vigilant.
At least we can see that there is a trial. There is someone present who was guilty. I insist there is no impunity. We must punish, because everything that was done is inhumane.
In 2012, during the occupation of the city of Timbuktu in Mali by armed groups linked to Al-Qaeda. Al-Hassan Abdulaziz was in charge of the Islamic police, and under his orders, many people were subjected to torture, including the cutting off the hands of suspected thieves, rape, forced marriage, and public flogging.
The ICC judges are going to ask for contributions, whether it's from legal representatives of victims, the prosecutor's office, and the defense, and all the parties to determine the sentence.
And now in sports, Ghana sprinters Abdul Rashid Saminu and Mary Boachi narrowly missed out on podium finishes in the men's and women 200 meters event at the African Senior Athletic Championship on Wednesday. Saminu, competing in the men's 200 meters, was initially placed third by the electronic timer with a time of 20.66 seconds. However, moments later, his position was reassigned to fourth place. Cameroon's Emmanuel Eseme was awarded the bronze.
The discrepancy arose from a handwriting timer, adjusting Seminu's time to 20.67 seconds. This controversial decision ultimately denied the 23-year-old a bronze medal. The race was won by Liberia's Joseph Fambuli, who finished in 20.25 seconds, with Zimbabwe's Tapiwanashi Makarau taking silver in 20.51 seconds. In the women's 200 meters final, Mary Boachi also finished fourth, clocking 23.40 seconds. The event was won by Ivory Coast Makagbai in 22.84 seconds. By his compatriot Mabudu Kon claimed silver with a time of 22.99 seconds. And Malawi's Asimenye Simwaka took bronze at 23.05 seconds. In the field event, Ghana's Cadman Evans Yamoa, the reigning African Games men's high jump champion, struggled to replicate his past success. Yamoa, a student at University of Central Missouri, was unable to clear the bar at 2.10 meters, exiting in the first phase alongside his compatriot Kennedy Okansi. Morocco's Saad Hamonda, who Yamoa had previously bested at the African Games, secured gold medal with a jump of 2.15 meters. Despite the setbacks, Ghana ended the competition with 3 medals, 2 gold and 1 bronze.
And that is how we bring the bulletin to an end. My name is Sherifatu Ayuba. Enjoy the rest of our programs.